Hey sweet Libra. Let's get straight to it. There are 6 divine numbers aligned with your energy right now, and they may just unlock the financial miracle you've been praying for. This isn't clickbait. This isn't coincidence. This is a sacred moment between you, the universe, and the life that's trying to reach you. If you're seeing this video between November 16th and 21st, trust that you've been led here. Something far greater than logic brought you. Call it divine timing, call it magnetic resonance, call it your angels tapping you on the shoulder. Either way, you're here because you're being called. Right now, a rare alignment is unfolding above you. Venus, your ruling planet, is forming a powerful trine with Jupiter, while nearing the North Node. What does that mean for you? It means the door to financial freedom, spiritual clarity, and soul-aligned purpose is swinging wide open. But this portal isn't open to everyone. Only those tuned into the signs, the numbers, the energy, the whispers will recognize it. And Libra, you are one of the few who can. Maybe you've been seeing certain numbers repeat themselves. 04, 19, 22, 31, 07, 29. You may have noticed them on receipts, clocks, license plates, or even in dreams. Those numbers are not random. They're not meaningless. They are divine frequency codes, showing up in your life as proof that your financial shift is near. So here's my question for you. Have you been feeling something stir inside you lately? A strange pull. A heightened awareness. An unshakable sense that something is coming? That's not your imagination. That's the energy shifting in your favor. And today, we're going to uncover what it all means. But before we dive deep, let me take a moment to say thank you. Truly. Thank you for your presence here. For every like, every heartfelt comment, and every subscription to this channel, you bring life to Zodiac Whisper Tarot. Your support helps us continue sharing these soul-guided messages that change lives, lift spirits, and help you come home to your truth. And trust me when I say this, dear Libra. You will want to stay with me all the way through this message. Because what the universe is about to reveal isn't just powerful, it's sacred. It's a map. And if you're willing to listen closely, it might just change everything. Now, if you're already feeling the resonance. If one of those 6 numbers has been following you around lately. Or if your soul just knows this video was meant for you, then don't wait. Take a moment right now to drop your sacred number in the comments. It could be the number that activates your personal frequency with what's about to unfold. Alright, let's begin. Let's unlock the divine code the universe has been trying to show you. There's something powerful that happens when the number 04 shows up repeatedly in your awareness. For most people, it might seem like a coincidence, just another number flashing on a screen or receipt. But for you, dear Libra, who has always been able to feel the subtle rhythm of life beneath the noise, this is something different. This is a call to rise, not in haste, not with fear, but with clarity, structure, and calm authority. The kind of rise that only happens when your soul is finally ready to hold what it once prayed for. The number 04 carries the vibration of the Emperor in the tarot, a figure who does not chase control but embodies it. This card doesn't demand perfection. Instead, it whispers the truth that everything you've been seeking externally, safety, stability, security, can begin to form the moment you decide to trust yourself enough to lead. This is the energy of personal mastery, of becoming the wise steward of your resources, your time, and your energy. For Libra, a sign born under the banner of balance and beauty, the invitation of the Emperor is both grounding and transformative. It's a gentle nudge away from indecision and overthinking toward building a foundation that can actually support the abundance the universe wants to give you. Because here's the truth, abundance doesn't flourish in chaos. It blooms in containers built by clarity. If you've been feeling scattered with money overspending, undersaving, avoiding financial decisions, or waiting for someone else to lead, this is your moment to come home to your power. 04 says, draw the line. Decide what stays. What gets built. What gets healed. And what no longer belongs in your energetic house. There's a deeper level to this energy as well, one that touches your emotional and physical well-being. When your outer world is cluttered or chaotic, your inner world often echoes the same. Perhaps that's why your body has been feeling tired lately. Sleep disrupted. Emotions high at night. This number asks you to create ritual, not just routine. Rest not just as a biological need, but as a sacred act. And yes, sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is simply set a bedtime and keep it. You can invite peace in small ways, and peace, my dear Libra, is what unlocks your next level of clarity. You don't have to do this all at once. Begin with small actions. Write down your monthly income and your most basic expenses, not to limit yourself, but to bring light to what has been kept in the shadows. Create what I call a dignity fund, money set aside solely for things that elevate your confidence, your wellness, your learning. This isn't about restriction. It's about restoration. Because true wealth is not just about having more, it's about feeling safe enough to hold it. And if you've ever doubted whether you're capable of holding more money, more leadership, more responsibility, remember, the people who lead with quiet grace are often the ones heaven trusts the most. When you honor the small, the bigger always comes. You are not being asked to become someone else. You are simply being invited to become the version of you who no longer abandons themselves when it's time to take the lead. So, if you've seen 04 recently, or even if something inside you just knows this message is for you, take a breath, place your hand over your heart, and comment the number 04 below. Let it be your sign of commitment. Let it be your declaration, I am ready to lead with clarity and calm strength. And if you stay with me, Libra, I'll walk you through every number, every vibration, and every moment the universe is aligning to guide you step by step back to your throne. Some days, light doesn't arrive all at once. It peeks in slowly, like a warm glow curling around the edge of a curtain you forgot to close. That's what the number 19 does when it enters your path, Libra. It doesn't shout. It illuminates. It moves with quiet confidence, bringing warmth back to places inside you that you may have forgotten even needed light. This is not the light of productivity or performance. This is not the light that demands action or achievement. It's something more personal. It's the feeling of wholeness returning after a long season of doubt. The sun in tarot represents joy, yes, but also clarity, exposure, and the dissolving of illusions. When you see this number, whether on your phone, a receipt, a random post, or even in your dreams, take a breath. Because something is trying to remind you that it's okay to feel good again. After the structured, grounded energy of number 04 and the Emperor, 19 comes in like a breath of fresh air. It speaks not about what you should build, but about what you should celebrate. And for a Libra, a sign that often carries the emotional weight of others while trying to keep the peace, This kind of permission is sacred. The number 19 wants to liberate you from internal fog, the overthinking, the self-doubt, the fear that your joy might be too much or too soon. It's not. It's right on time. This energy is especially potent in the area of finances. Money may come from somewhere you didn't expect, not from grinding harder, but from a gift, a connection, or even a creative burst that unlocks a new revenue stream. This number is a nudge to follow what lights you up. Ask yourself, what have I always loved doing but told myself doesn't make money? What if that very thing, writing, painting, teaching, creating, singing, speaking, is where your breakthrough is hiding? When you honor your natural joy, the energy around you expands. You become magnetic. That's the magic of alignment. Abundance flows best where your soul feels safe to shine. And let's talk about your physical well-being. If you've been feeling heavy, sluggish, or emotionally drained, the message of the sun is simple: get outside. Touch the earth. Let the sunlight remind your cells that life is still moving through you. You are not meant to thrive under fluorescent light and emotional exhaustion. Even 5 minutes a day in natural light can shift your inner world. Your body responds to joy the way a plant responds to warmth. It lifts. It grows. Sometimes, the most healing thing you can do is simply let yourself feel good without guilt. Let go of the need to explain why you're smiling. You don't need a reason to be at peace. And if things have felt confusing lately, if you've been standing at a crossroads and unsure of what's next, this number is your signal. Clarity is arriving. Not because you forced it, but because you finally let go enough for it to rise. In your daily life, take this as an invitation to do something that makes you glow unapologetically. Take a walk with music that stirs your heart. Cook a meal just for the color and aroma. Say yes to an opportunity even if your only reason is, it feels right. These are not indulgences. They're alignment in action. If this number has shown up for you, or even if you just feel the light returning, comment 19 below to anchor this energy. Let it be a promise to yourself that you're ready to let joy lead again. And if you continue with me, dear Libra, the next number may just reveal the step you didn't know you were ready for, but have always been destined to take. Every now and then, life whispers something that doesn't quite make sense on paper: a sudden idea, a spontaneous invitation, a spark of curiosity that doesn't come with guarantees. When the number 22 appears in your life, Libra, it's a signal that those whispers are not distractions. They are directions. This is the vibration of the Fool, often misunderstood, yet deeply wise. Contrary to what the name may suggest, the Fool is not naive. In fact, the Fool knows something most others have forgotten: that the path only becomes clear after you take the first step. There's a beauty in not having all the answers, in trusting that the road will appear beneath your feet, and right now, the energy is calling you to take that leap. For you, Libra, a sign known for weighing every angle before moving, the number 22 is gently urging you to release overthinking and step into aligned action. This is not the time to ask, what if I fail? It's the moment to ask, what if this is the beginning of everything I've prayed for? In your financial life, this number may show up when a new opportunity crosses your path: a freelance idea, a part-time income stream, a passion project you've always pushed to the side. It might feel unfamiliar or even risky. But often, the things we resist the most are the very things designed to awaken our growth. The energy of 22 reminds you that uncertainty is not a warning, it's a portal. If something unexpected arrives this week and stirs something inside you, pay attention. It may not look logical, but it will feel like freedom. This energy also calls you to play with possibility. Write down 3 things you've never allowed yourself to try, not because you're incapable, but because fear or perfectionism got in the way. Choose one and make it real this week. Not to impress anyone. Not to be perfect. But to prove to yourself that you are still allowed to begin. You are still allowed to explore. On a mental and emotional level, number 22 invites you to break up with the voice in your head that says you need certainty before you can move. You don't. What you need is breath, presence, openness, a willingness to show up imperfectly. Take 7 minutes each morning this week to sit in silence, not to control your thoughts, but to let them soften. Let them stretch. Let them make room for what wants to come through. There's also something deeply healing about this number when it comes to how you treat yourself. You don't need to have it all figured out to be worthy of forward motion. You don't need to master something before you try. The energy of 22 is about trust, not blind optimism, but sacred permission. Permission to try, to stumble, to pivot, to say yes without knowing how it ends. So if this number has been showing up for you lately on clocks, screens, license plates, or just in the back of your mind, take it as confirmation that a new beginning is closer than you think. One that doesn't require you to force, chase, or prove. Just one that asks for your willingness to say, yes, I'm open. And if that's true for you, Libra, if something inside you knows it's time, drop the number 22 in the comments below. Let it be your commitment to trust the leap, even if you don't yet see the landing. Let it be your way of saying, I believe I was made for more and I'm ready to begin. There comes a time in every journey when you pause, not because you've run out of options, but because you've run into the edge of your own beliefs. That's the moment when number 31 enters, Libra. Not with noise, not with grand displays, but like a quiet companion whispering truths you've tried to avoid. It shows up in your field to ask a deeper question. What do you believe about being supported? And more importantly, is that belief still serving you? The 5 of Pentacles in Tarot, aligned with this number, often brings a visceral feeling of lack, financial worry, emotional isolation, or the inner narrative that says, I have to do this all on my own. But the card doesn't appear to shame you. It appears to help you wake up. It reminds you that most of what keeps you feeling stuck isn't your reality, it's your interpretation of it. The door has always been there. But sometimes the stories we tell ourselves become thicker than the walls we're actually facing. For a Libra, someone so connected to balance and the needs of others, it's easy to hide your own struggles behind a calm exterior. But this number gently asks you to step out of the performance of peace and into the truth of healing. Where have you been believing that you are too much? Or not enough? Where have you internalized that money is a struggle, that joy must be earned, or that rest must be deserved? These are old contracts. Outdated systems of thinking that you didn't even choose, they were passed down, absorbed, repeated. And now, with this number arriving, you're being given the power to rewrite them. It starts by identifying the voices that aren't yours. Write down 3 beliefs you've carried about money or worthiness that feel heavy. Be honest. Then, not tomorrow, not later, flip the script. Write a new sentence of truth next to each one. something simple, but powerful. I am safe to receive. I do not have to struggle to succeed. My value is not determined by productivity. These small shifts in language become big shifts in vibration. And your vibration is what the universe responds to. There's also a physical connection to this energy that can't be overlooked. When you live in a state of inner lack, your body holds tension in subtle but consistent ways. You may feel chronically tired, more susceptible to illness, or emotionally flat. This is not failure, it's a sign of internal depletion. You can restore yourself gently. Start with warm foods, herbal teas, rest rituals that don't require screens. Ginger tea at night. Warm lemon water in the morning. Choose practices that remind your nervous system it is safe now. And perhaps more than anything, remember this: you do not have to walk through hard seasons alone. There is guidance available. Not only from others but from within. Whether you believe in a higher force or simply the strength of your own spirit, you are never without support. The moment you open to the idea that life is not punishing you, but trying to guide you, everything softens. So if number 31 has been appearing for you, take a moment to pause. Acknowledge it. Reflect. Then comment 31 below as your personal declaration that you are ready to rewrite the old story and welcome in a new energy of grounded abundance. You're not being asked to pretend you're okay. You're being invited to remember that you were never meant to figure it all out alone. The next step doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be yours. And it begins right here. There are moments when the noise of life tries to pull you in every direction, when your emotions feel one way, but your logic points elsewhere. And that's exactly when the number 07 appears. Not as a command, but as a compass, a reminder that both your heart and your mind have a role to play in the journey ahead. The Chariot is not just a vehicle. It's a test of direction. It arrives when you are being invited to move forward with intention, not driven by fear, not frozen by doubt. For Libra, this message lands especially deep, because you've spent much of your life balancing others' needs, second-guessing your own timing, and waiting for the perfect clarity before making a move. But the Chariot teaches that clarity comes not from standing still, it comes from movement rooted in inner alignment. Right now, a window is opening. Financially, an opportunity is coming that could move you into a higher tier of abundance. It may involve a decision, a proposal, a contract, a shift in how you manage your income or invest your time. But the key here is discernment. This is not a moment to leap just because you're afraid of missing out. Nor is it the time to say no just because you feel unworthy. It's about listening deeper, breathing before reacting, and asking yourself, does this align with who I'm becoming? Write down 3 steps. A simple plan. Not a grand strategy, but an anchored pathway. What can you do today, tomorrow, and the day after that to move closer to stability and confidence? Momentum doesn't come from chaos. It comes from discipline infused with faith. This number also calls your attention to the body. Your gut, your solar plexus, holds much of your emotional tension. If you've been eating late at night, holding anxiety in your belly, or struggling to rest deeply, this is your sign to return to your core. Gentle breath work. A light abdominal massage. Sleep rituals that involve stillness and not stimulation. Small acts, repeated, remind the body that it's safe to move forward. And once that internal stillness arrives, you'll begin to notice another shift. You'll feel the call of expansion. Because immediately following the Chariot's energy is the arrival of 29, the Two of Wands, and this energy does not whisper. It beckons. This number shows up when your vision is outgrowing your current container. You've reached the edge of what's familiar and now, something wider is calling. A new audience. A new market. A new way of offering your gifts to the world. But the question is not whether the world is ready. It's whether you are. Don't rush it. Just start moving. Update your profile. Send 3 new messages. Sign up for a skill that aligns with your next season. The universe responds not to speed, but to sincerity. Every action you take in the direction of expansion reinforces the truth that you are no longer available for playing small. Even your body knows it. If you've been feeling tension in your shoulders, neck, or upper spine, that's not random. It's your posture reacting to the emotional weight of holding yourself back. Stretch. Open your chest. Stand taller. Let your physical space reflect the truth of your inner growth. If number 07 or 29 has appeared for you recently, this is your invitation to realign and expand, not from pressure, but from purpose. And if you're feeling it now, comment 07 or 29 below as your soul's signal that you're ready to move, not aimlessly, but meaningfully. The road ahead is real. It's already forming beneath your feet. All that's left is for you to walk it one conscious step at a time. And maybe now you understand what you were really being led here for. Not just to hear 6 numbers or decode their spiritual frequency, but to remember something about yourself that you may have quietly forgotten. These numbers were never just digits on a screen. They were resonances. Vibrational keys. Reminders of the truth that prosperity isn't something you find, it's something you align with. You don't need to force your way into abundance. You don't need to wait for permission. You simply need to allow yourself to move in rhythm with what's already calling your name. Whether it's the steady confidence of 04, the radiant joy of 19, the sacred leap of 22, the truth-breaking clarity of 31, the forward drive of 07, or the global expansion of 29, these numbers are mirrors. Not predictions, but confirmations that your soul has already begun this journey. And so I'll ask you, not just as someone who reads charts and pulls cards, but as someone who believes in your ability to reshape your life. What is one step you can take today that moves you closer to alignment? What is one thought you're willing to release? What is one belief you're ready to rewrite? This isn't about perfection. It's about presence. Not about chasing the light, but noticing where it already lives inside you. Your financial reality isn't built in a single decision. It's built in the frequency you hold each time you choose faith over fear. Each time you rest instead of force. Each time you say yes to the intuitive nudge that no one else hears but you. So if one of these numbers has been circling you lately, if it's shown up on a receipt, in a dream, or somewhere strangely timed, pay attention. Because when signs repeat, they're not trying to confuse you. They're trying to prepare you. And if you've made it this far into the reading, then I trust you've already felt something stir inside. That inner recognition. That quiet yes in your body. So why not affirm it? Take a moment to comment below. I step into alignment with my divine prosperity frequency. Let the words be an echo of the choice you're already making, not just to understand the message, but to embody it. If this video spoke to something sacred inside of you, if you felt seen, validated, or inspired, I invite you to like, subscribe, and share this message with someone else whose spirit might be ready to hear it. It's through your presence, your interaction, your beautiful energy, that we're able to keep growing this collective space of healing and awakening. Thank you for being part of this moment. Thank you for being part of Zodiac Whisper Tarot. Your support is what makes it possible for these messages to continue flowing, not just for you, but for the many who are still finding their way home to themselves. And above all, Libra, may these sacred numbers continue to light your path, one gentle step at a time. You were born to walk in harmony with the world's abundance. You were designed to receive, not chase. And if you've seen these numbers, if you've felt the alignment, then trust me when I say, the gate is already open. All that's left is for you to walk through.